Willie offensive guard, New York Jets. I am half Puerto Rican, half black. My father's from Santurce, Puerto Rico. He got here to the States, if you will, before they joined when he was a kid. And you know, I have a lot of pride. You know, you grew up in the Bronx, and anybody knows about New York. The Bronx is a big, big pool of Hispanics walking around, and from many races, and including being Puerto Rican. You know, anything Hispanic men are extremely prideful. If you will, they have a lot of machismo, and my father was that. And for the most part, you know, me being around him, you know, he was a person who was very outspoken. I grew up watching what a man should look like, so to speak. You know, I grew up watching a guy who wasn't afraid to speak his language, who wasn't afraid to be who he was. He was so enthusiastic about it, and pride, you know, it kind of trickled on to us, and that's how we received it. I went to Cardinal Hayes High School in the South Bronx, which is another big melting pot. You know, I went to school with kids that were straight from the island, you know, straight from Dominican Republic, straight from Puerto Rico, straight from, you know, wherever, and they all spoke broken languages. The cool thing about it was, you know, a lot of those countries, football is not even heard of. It's not a dominant. So to see those kids come over to the States and put on pads and see them try out and be in weird, funky positions, but still be passionate to play was always something I remembered. You know, I was able to graduate from Cardinal Hayes and then go on to Hofstra while I sailed there, and got drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 4th round. Lost one Super Bowl, won one, and now I'm a Jet. I loved Anthony Rivera. You know, he went to Penn State. He was a big guard for Green Bay when Brett was going through his championship runs, and he was a guy that I kind of looked at. That I was like, wow, you know, they go with a Hispanic guy throwing guys around, just as mean, just as ferocious, and he was one guy that I remember looking at a lot. Now you're seeing more Hispanic kids, you know, really dive into the sport, because you see the Victor Cruzes, you know, you see the Mark Sanchez's, you see, you know, the Luis Vasquez. You're seeing more guys pop up, so it's definitely helping the sport out in that regard.